people who come on the tour and they send us pictures, usually a lot of times from this island here, and just unexplained stuff like orbs. Check this out. It's amazing that it's completely unchanged. Look at I was like, three houses. The last one is really covered up and overgrown with shrubbery and weeds. I don't know if someone's living there anymore, or if it's vacant, but I see stuff at the end of the driveway here. Quite a bit. You know? It just passed it, and it just feels kind of out of place. This is what I like to call like a house graveyard, because there used to be a lot more of these houses all in a row around this one here in the road, and they were then, torn down, unfortunately. So really thankful for the preservation that we do have, but it used to look quite a bit different than several more of those things. Now it's just a foundation. So we're pulling up to our next spot here. Check out this house, this little house on our right with this white railing. Remember when I was talking about that lady, Carrie Olmos? This is Carrie Olmos' house. So Carrie, her parents, they built this house in 1860. Carrie, that was then born here in 1880. Now she lived here for her entire life. And by the 1960s, 1970s, the Minneapolis Parks Board, they were like, let's bulldoze that dusty old Nicollet Island neighborhood. Let's just get rid of all those houses. And so they started kicking everybody out of their homes. And people were moving out left and right. And Carrie, I mean, at this point, she was like 80 years old. She was like, no, I'm not moving. I'm old now. I don't get energy to move. I've lived here for my entire life. And so she took matters into her own hands and wrote up a whole bunch of pamphlets saying, save our island, save our homes. And she was handing them out to anybody that would listen, putting them underneath windshield wipers on cars, handing them to people in person, putting them in mailboxes. And one morning, it was 1972, she was on her way out to do her morning route when she tripped down these stairs, fell, and died right at the base of these stairs, right on that very concrete slab. There was blood everywhere. It's washed away now, but it was right there. Her pamphlets were all over the place flying, and a Star Tribune reporter was walking down the sidewalk when he came across Carrie's just crumpled up body. And he took out his camera and took a picture of her right there. It was published in the newspaper the next day. When it was published in the newspaper, everybody was like freaking out. They finally were like, this lady is willing to die over this. We need to stop this program. So they axed the park board program on the island, let people move back into their houses, and sold the land out from underneath them for $1 on a 99-week lease. And there was a couple stipulations there, one of which being any of the profits that are sold when the house is traded hands must then go to the parks building. So that keeps the prices of these homes, I don't want to say super cheap, but more affordable than you might think. And then on top of that, the reason why they all look the same as what they used to is because that was one of the other contingencies. If you bought one of these houses, you must keep the appearance down to the color of the house exactly the same as it was back in the mid-1800s. And so it keeps those ghosts really tied to all these different properties. But sometimes as we pass by Cary Almost's house, we can hear nails just scraping along the side of the trolley. Okay, we're on our way to our next spot. Our next spot, we're going to be able to get off the trolley and step out onto this haunted bridge. So, look, this haunted bridge, it's called the Merriam Street Bridge, and it used to be located about a half-mile upstream, and it was called the Broadway Street Bridge. And when we see it, you'll notice it's like this metal trapezoidal figure. And it used to, when it was the Broadway Street Bridge, it was 4 of those segments all in a row spanning across the river. Now it was relocated and is Merriam Street Bridge and just one of them. So it was initially built in 1887, and we're going to be stepping foot onto that pier in just a minute. Out of that Nicollet Island Inn. Good place to grab a bite. Here we can see the bridge. It is the Merriam Street Bridge. As mentioned, it used to be the Broadway Street Bridge. It was 4 of these metal segments.